This is what was on the inside of his cheek there. So and I wish we could have got more out, but you know.
But that's great.
But these are the ones we could see.
Right.
And we didn't want to cause tissue destruction by digging deep. These are the ones we go superficial. But this is a very small birdshot, so it didn't penetrate deeply. But it's enough. Gosh, you get his face.
Oh my gosh.
Now, let me orient you. Here's that tooth we're talking about. See, there's the tip of it, and it looks pretty good up there. But see, here's little pellets all over the place. This is before we took these out. Most of the ones I took out were mainly around in this area here. And you see, this is his left side. This is where that left tooth is. And here's all the pellets. See, there's more pellets on this side than that side. He mainly caught everything from the left front. But see, and they didn't go very deep. These are just right underneath the skin. They're way out here. They didn't get up against the bone. So they didn't penetrate deeply.
And those are now just going to become absorbed?
They're going to be permanent. No, they won't be absorbed. They'll be walled off.
Walled off?
Yep, they're going to be walled off, and they're going to become a permanent fixture. And it's best just to leave them there and not go exploring and trying to dig those pellets out. Could you cause more damage trying to get them out? So, oh, you wonder about lead poisoning. Lead is toxic if you swallow it. But when you get them in the surface here, the body walls off, the absorption is very small.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so,
very good.
Yeah, but if you swallow a pellet, the stomach acid turns it into a salt that can be absorbed, and then you get sick.
Okay.
So, like lead paint even, like for kids. So you don't want to swallow these pellets, but if you got them on their skin, they can stay there forever, really.
Is that
the top of his head, it's all full of air. And this up here above his nose, that's all air. This is endotracheal tube that's going down into his lungs, into his trachea at least, so we could give him air and anesthesia during the time we're cleaning his teeth and doing his neutering. See, here's the little roots on the teeth down here.
Oh, I see that, yeah.
Yeah, see the little roots, and the tooth, this is the lower canine is, no, here's his upper canine on one side. The upper canine over here, you can't see it too well, but this is the left side, that's the right side, and here's the left side, and there's the right side there. See, we turned his head a little bit with his head down like that. So the left is on top, and there's the right.
And so the ones near the brain, they just haven't penetrated deep enough to be concerned. They're not going to hurt anything.
They couldn't even go through this little tiny bone here. This very thin bone. It couldn't even go through there.
And what about anything near his hearing or ears or something?
This is well protected. They're in the flap of the ear. Here's some in the flap of the ear up there.
Okay.
They're in the flap, but they couldn't get down and hurt the hearing center. It's too well protected by bone. Oh, here. I have a nice. Weird.
Oops.
Here, that was a jaw-dropping, clumsy move there. Okay, there we go. Here's where the ear canal is, right there, and where he hears, all the eardrum is everything is way inside this bone, so he's all protected by bone there. That wouldn't hurt. But you see where this tooth is? See, there's the tip of the tooth, right up there. So that's something we have to go through the bone to affect the nerve of that tooth. So I think his tooth got damaged a long time ago.
Interesting.
So, but this would be the tooth in question. It has a huge root on it, and it's very, very solid. And but see, here's where the eyes would have been, right there. See, right here and right there.
And so, removing that tooth, is it a slam dunk that the tongue would fall out if that tooth is gone, or? Well,
let's say they use these for picking things up. You know, having a ball, and if he lost this tooth and that tooth there, both at the same time, sometimes their tongue hangs out the side of the mouth. That happens to older dogs. Isn't this nice? This is a raccoon whose skull I found in the woods.
Oh,
I found his skeleton, and I cleaned his skull because I can use him as a visual aid because he wasn't somebody's pet.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
if you're a veterinarian and you're holding a skeleton here, you say, I wonder which patient of his that was.
Yeah.
Well, this is a raccoon, and it's close enough to the dog so that we can point out the similar anatomy. But see, this part up here is where it's all air. See, the brain's back there, and if you took any injury up there, and there was a thing in a journal today where somebody hit a pit bull in the head with an axe right here, and it sunk into his skull about 2 inches, but it missed his brain entirely because it just went into the sinus. So I have to say that your dog was lucky in one respect, and that he wasn't killed by this. Because if it would have been a bigger bullet or a bigger buckshot or something, it could have gone right into his brain. The aim was good,
right.
But it was so small. The only thing it did blinded him and left a lot of little tiny wounds there, which are not going to be consequential.
It's interesting looking into the nose there.
Yeah, now you see why when you have a cold, why it's so hard to breathe. All these bones are up in the nose.
Oh, those
there.
are little bones.
Those are bones. All that stuff is bone. Those are turbinate bones.
They look like, you know, like, wow, like, what do I say, like fuzzy or something.
Like fins, yeah. They work. They have a thermal function. They warm the air as we inhale, so cold air doesn't hit down the lungs. And they're full of blood vessels. You know, blood vessels all over the surface of that, and it helps helps warm the air as we inhale. So.
There he is. There's the man.
Buck.
Hey, Buck. You ready to go home?
Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta go to another doctor first.
Oh, yes, but he needs to, you need to do an
Hold on, I gotta wait. Alright, Tammy, look at me. No, he can't see me. Buck, look over, look. Oh, gosh. Hold on. Come on. Come here, look your head up. Look at Pam. See, I can't see.